January 20, 1944. Sergeant Alan Magee is the ball turret gunner on a B-17 over France. 20,000 feet in the air, hanging in a glass bubble beneath the bomber, surrounded by German fighters. Then his world explodes. A German cannon shell hits the B-17's oxygen system. The explosion rips through the fuselage. Fire everywhere. The pilot screams over the intercom, "Bail out! Bail out now!" Magee tries to reach his parachute, but it's in the fuselage behind him, and the fuselage is on fire. He's trapped in the turret. The plane is spinning. Falling, he has seconds to decide. Stay in the turret and burn to death, or jump without a parachute and die on impact. Magee chooses the jump. He kicks open the turret hatch and throws himself into the sky. No parachute, no plan. Just 20,000 feet of empty air between him and the ground. The fall takes almost 3 minutes. Magee is conscious for all of it. He watches the ground rushing up at him, watches the patchwork of French farmland growing larger and larger. He's falling at over 120 miles per hour. At that speed, hitting the ground is like hitting concrete. No human being has ever survived a fall from this height. Magee knows he's dead. But something strange happens as he falls. His body starts to slow down. Not much, but enough. His heavy flight suit catches the air. His arms and legs spread out instinctively, creating drag. He's still falling, still going to die. But maybe, just maybe, not quite as fast. The ground is close now. Magee can see individual buildings, trees, a village. And right below him, a train station with a glass roof. He hits the glass at terminal velocity. The roof shatters. The impact breaks 28 bones in his body. His right arm snaps in 4 places. His ankle shatters. Several ribs crack. His lung collapses, but the glass roof absorbed just enough of the impact to keep him alive, barely. Magee crashes through the glass and lands on the floor of the train station. French civilians rush over, expecting to find a corpse. Instead, they find a man who's still breathing, still conscious, still somehow alive. German soldiers arrive minutes later. They take Magee to a military hospital. The German doctors don't believe what they're seeing. They measure the height of the fall, calculate the impact force, check the math 3 times. According to physics, this man should be dead, turned into paste on impact. But he's not. He's lying in a hospital bed, broken but alive, and talking. The head physician walks up to Magee's bed and just stares at him. Finally, he says in broken English, "You are not possible." Magee smiles through the pain. Yeah, I get that a lot. Magee spends the next 15 months in a German POW camp. His bones heal slowly. His lung recovers. By the time the war ends, he can walk again. When he returns to America in 1945, the Army Air Corps doesn't believe his story. A fall from 20,000 feet without a parachute. It's possible. They demand proof. The French resistance provides it. Photographs of the shattered train station roof. Testimony from the civilians who found him. Medical records from the German hospital. The math checks out. Magee really did fall for miles and survive. He becomes an instant celebrity. Newspapers call him the Miracle Airman. Scientists study him, trying to figure out how he survived. But there's no scientific explanation. Just luck. And a glass roof. Magee lives a quiet life after the war, gets married, has kids, works as a mechanic. People ask him all the time, "What did you think about during the fall?" His answer never changes. "I thought about my mother. I prayed I'd see her again." In 2003, a physicist calculates the odds of surviving a fall like Magee's, taking into account the height, the speed, the angle of impact, and the glass roof. The odds come out to less than 1 in 10 million. Magee lived to be 84 years old. When he died in 2003, his obituary in the New York Times had a headline that said it all. Alan Magee, who fell from the sky and lived. At his funeral, one of his grandchildren asked, "Grandpa, were you scared when you fell?" His widow smiled and answered for him, "Your grandfather was never scared of anything after that. When you've already died once and came back, what else is there to fear?" That's the story of the man who fell for miles without a parachute and lived to tell about it. Because sometimes impossible just means it hasn't happened yet. Stories like this remind us why we remember. These weren't just pilots. They were fathers, brothers, sons who made impossible choices in the face of death. If this story moved you, hit that subscribe button. We're bringing these forgotten heroes back to life, one story at a time. Which pilot should we cover next? Drop a name in the comments. See you in the next mission.